Anybody else?
Trevor, I want you.
Okay.
Oh, good one.
Hold on, I don't have that kind.
As I'm unopening this, I thought it was Polo perfume. Well, they're in the green box.
We're gonna have something on here, but I gotta order
Gotta make
enough
sure it's
links
big
later. We gotta get enough links later. We won't finish.
I get a couple.
Now we'll worry about that later.
Holy shit. Gorgeous. Feel it.
So I didn't want to engrave it until I find out.
Lunchtime resign when it's down, it's not having night, only together.
Welcome to the Driver of the Year luncheon. My name is Bill Sokill, and I'm the chairman of the Canadian Trucking Association. I'd like to introduce our head table. Please hold your applause till all these introductions are made. And beginning at my far left, and I'm going to have a tough time with this gentleman's name, but his name is Michael Christodoulou of Cummins Diesel, who's sponsoring today's meal. Beside him is Claude Provo, our first vice chairman of CTA. Next are Carolyn and Dan Heidwechter of Motor Carrier Freight. Next to Dan is my wife Marge, and my immediate right is Mr. Tom Donahue, president of the American Trucking Association, and our guest speaker. Then next to him is Gerald Reimer. Gerald of Reimer Express Lines. Next to Gerald are CTA's past president Bill McKinnon and his wife Lois. Michael O'Connor of Volvo and Volvo GM Heavy Truck, who's the sponsor of the Driver of the Year program. And next to him is our CTA president, Gilles Belanche. Ladies and gentlemen, your head table. I'll call on Gerald Reimer to say grace. Thank you, Gerald.
Volvo GM Canada, in conjunction with the Canadian Trucking Association, is pleased and proud to sponsor the Volvo Canadian Trucking Association Driver of the Year Award for 1995. This award is an acknowledgement of excellence in the service of our industry. It recognizes the highest level of professionalism in driving, safety, and in both community and industry service. It recognizes a driver that excels in his abilities and that stands as a credit to his profession. Before proceeding, I would like to first acknowledge the judges and thank them for their time and efforts in determining the Driver of the Year. It was a difficult decision as all candidates were so qualified. The prestigious panel of the judges were selected by the CTA Executive Committee, and they are Mr. Renaud Marchand, Manager, Traffic Safety and Training, Canada Safety Council; Mr. Brian Hendrick, an Acting Chief in the Roads and Safety Regulations, Directorate of Transport Canada; and Mr. Dan Mayhew, Director of Research and Programs, Traffic Industry Research Foundation of Canada. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Before announcing the winner, I would like to recognize the nominees from each of the regional trucking associations. The British Columbia Trucking Association, Volvo Provincial winner, Mr. Frank Miro, driver for Aero Transportation Systems. The Alberta Trucking Association, Volvo Provincial winner, Mr. Arthur Manning, driver for Caron Transportation Systems. The Saskatchewan Trucking Association, Volvo Provincial winner, Mr. Lawrence Matchee, driver for Northern Resource Trucking Limited. The Manitoba Trucking Association, Volvo Provincial winner, Mr. Rudy Funk, driver for Reimer Express Lines Limited. The Ontario Trucking Association, Volvo Provincial winner, Mr. John Wilkinson, driver for Norris Transport. The Quebec Trucking Association, Volvo Provincial winner, Mr. Jean Lemieux, driver for Lisette and Boudreau Limited. The Atlantic Trucking Association, Volvo Provincial winner, Mr. Gary Martin, driver for Brookville Transport Limited. Our congratulations to these gentlemen. I would now like to introduce the 1995 1995 National Driver of the Year. He has logged well over 3 million miles behind the wheel and has been awarded his 35-year pin from the TSA for professional driving. He is a proverbial road knight along the highways and a true credit to our industry. He gives much of his free time in support of various community activities. He is very much involved in helping disadvantaged children. He is active with foster care, deaf children, and works extensively with the DARE program to raise awareness of the perils of drug abuse. On his own time and at his own expense, he takes crippled children from the hospital in Erie, Pennsylvania to vacation spots south to give them the thrill of, in many cases, a once-in-a-lifetime vacation that they otherwise would never enjoy. For the past 25 years, he has assumed the role of Santa Claus at various hospitals, parades, and outings for the underprivileged. He was elected as the Firestone Driver of the Year in Hamilton and was the grand champion in 1968 and 1970 at the Ontario Provincial Rodeo. This year's winner drives for Norris Transport out of Hamilton, Ontario. Ladies and gentlemen, Volvo GM Canada Heavy Truck and the Volvo Dealer Network across Canada proudly salutes and asks that you please join in a warm tribute to the winner of the 1995 Volvo Canadian Trucking Association Driver of the Year Award, Mr. John Wilkinson of Norris Transportation Limited. John? These are for you, Volvo GM Canada, the Trucking Association. I'm going to ask you not to pick this up. That's the trophy. Canadian Trucking Association proudly presents the 1995 Volvo National Driver of the Year, Mr. John Wilkinson, Norris Transport. John, congratulations. As part of the award, the check given to John will be a total of $1,000. So again, congratulations, John.
Yeah, all right. Boy, I'm a truck driver. I'm not one of the owners of business and speakers like that. So you guys are going to have to all bear with me. I'm no good at this stuff. I'll tell you. I'd rather be in Toronto traffic than a 400 and 401 boat now. So you're going to have to bear with me. I wrote a few things down. Now I can't read it. Thank you very much, Mr. O'Connell from GM Volvo. This is the second time that I've had an award from Volvo. The other time I had it from this gentleman down here. I appreciate that too. It says here, I'm sure proud to be a truck driver. How's that? I'm just going to be myself, you guys. You're going to have to listen to me. Nothing I can do with it. I'd like to thank the president of the CTA. I don't know how to pronounce your name because there's an American over who was pronouncing it a different way than the French people do, so I'll just call you Gil. Is that okay? Sure. I sure appreciate all the judges who picked me. Man, you sure make me proud. And my wife over there, I've been married 37 and a half years, and she sends me out the door every morning of those years happy with a smile and a little kiss. And I can go out the road and be a truck driver. When all the cars cut me off, I'm still happy. That's probably one of the reasons why. It's not too often I can get people that own all these big transport companies that a truck driver can come in and got control of all you guys. So yours, hell, ain't going nowhere now, man. I'd like to thank my son Trevor and his wife Susan and my daughter Joan for coming up here to help me in this award. They took days off to come up here, and I'll talk about them in a few minutes. I'd like to tell a little story. A few years back, my doctor phoned me and said this was Christmas Eve at 6 o'clock in the evening. I guess this looks stupid, eh? Doctor. 6 o'clock o'clock in the evening, the doctor phoned me, my medical doctor, and said they met a family that came from out west to Ontario, and he was in a hospital, just got out of the hospital, and he had a broken neck. And he's at home out in this little farm on the highway after 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve. Now you gotta appreciate this. No agencies can get involved in this whole of Ontario. Nobody could help this guy. And he said, why don't you go out and have a look? You're a damn truck driver, you know everything, because I always tell him, man, we're number one, this doctor. So he phoned me, and I went out and had a look, and I phoned this policeman. This policeman went with me. We went up to this person's house. He was sitting in a chair with a broken neck. He had 5 children. Christmas Eve at 10 after 6. He had nothing in his house, no Christmas tree, no gifts, and they had half a box of Kellogg's Corn Flakes and a half a quart of milk. That's what they had for Christmas Eve. So I got really wound up now. Now this cop and I, excuse the word, there's any policeman here, but we stole a Christmas tree from the province of Ontario right off the side. I'm probably on a turn here. I don't know where the hell I'm going. That's what I'm going to find. Not too long to get you guys here. So I'm going to tell you what truck drivers really do. We stole a Christmas tree. We went back to my house. I got my wife there. We took all the gifts from under my tree. None of these kids get up and on ahead of us out here. We went around the whole street and collected groceries, Christmas gifts. The policeman down on his street. We filled 2 cars and a pickup truck full of groceries, gifts, and everything. We went back out to that house. I dressed as Santa Claus. We walked in that house, and I just about ready to cry. That's a couple of years back. Then people couldn't even talk. We filled the Christmas tree that high up the top with gifts from all my neighbors and everything else. I'm the damn truck driver of the street, the loudmouth, eh? Looking good. And we did. But the next morning, my 2 children got up, Trevor and Sue, or Trevor and Joan. They had no gifts. They were all gone. So we had the Kellogg's Corn Flakes in the milk. And it was kind of funny. We did do that just to symbolize, boy, it was pretty good. A damn truck driver did that, and the cop. That's not too bad. So I just like to tell you, from that experience, years ago, my kids now are grown adults and are sitting there married, and they belong to little things. My son's at the Fasco in Hamilton. He helps out charity things. My daughter belongs to the DARE program. Very involved in that, teaching children from grade 5 and 6 up about drugs and abuse, which I'm involved in too. And it's sure a hell of a way for a truck driver, sure as hell to be proud of a truck driver to be able to say that. So that's just my family part of it. I'm not done yet. I will be done, man. I'm just kidding. So I mean, I just want to tell you that. And now, since I won this award from this gentleman here, my life's changed too. Gee, I went to a donut shop. All the truck drivers meet at a donut shop on Hamilton Grays Road. I walked in there a week ago after they found out I won this one. The waitress is there with a cloth over her arm. They dust my seat off. All the truck drivers stood up and boy, did I ever look stupid, man. And they put a little muffin there with a candle in it and said, pull that out. You're number 1 in Canada, man. I said, holy God, everybody's in it. This is because of that guy. Well, Volvo, I mean, and everybody else there. And I got a letter here from another person that's changed my life since I won all this. It says here, it says, we learned that you were the best in Ontario, and we're happy but. And it says, hard to be humble truck lines, Big John. You open it up, and it says, you just had to be the best in the whole damn country, didn't you? Congratulations. This is the kind of stuff that's going on. I got stuff from insurance companies. You got to change everything. Last Thursday, I going down to Queenie with my truck. I pulled the scale. The guy redlined me to park. I said, oh God, I don't want to get nothing wrong now. I'm going up to Canada, Ottawa, the whole best thing, eh? The guy pulls me in the park. He comes over. He says, give me a driver's license ownership. And oh boy. So I hand it to him. He looked me all over and he says, you're the guy that's number 1 in Canada. Sure nice to meet a truck driver that's number 1. All these wheels falling out. He said, I heard about you. So he said, we're going to safety and see if you're number 1. I said, oh boy. Well, he did save to me and I was number 1. I drove on there. He didn't find nothing wrong. Damn, I was very happy that day. I even told the president of the company and told him about that one. Whoa. So I'm going to get off of this anyway, but I got one more thing to say. Last year, or in the fall in Toronto, which I forget your name, I'm sorry, my name, Ryan, isn't it? We had a little boy that wanted to sit in my truck. because I won the Ontario Truck Driving Championship, and we have pictures of it. He wanted to sit in the truck. He's a leukemia victim. Along with Sunshine Foundation, this wish thing I belonged to, he sat in the truck. Well, he wanted to know if I ain't got any farther with this when I come back with a truck. Hell, I'm taking the truck right to survey. Let him sit in it, because that's what he wanted. He just found out I won the whole thing for Canada. So there's little things that I really believe in. And one more thing. No, I got two more things. Yeah, I got two more things. I'm not going to bore you anymore. I'd like to thank the committee of the girls up here that worked to set all this stuff up. They phoned me, they faxed Paul, they've done everything. Judy, I can't say her name, I think it's Natelka or something like that. But there's this other girl named Angela. Oh boy, Mr. President of the CTA, you better keep an eye on her, because my wife and I were in bed the other night at 5 to 4 in the morning, go right in this hotel, the damn fire alarm goes off. So we don't know what to do. I mean, fire, it keeps going, it keeps going. I thought, boy, I don't know how Angela did this, but I tell you, we sat in our room on the 6th floor, and right there's that veranda where everybody's running out to the fire, and her and I watched a fashion show like you've never seen before. Angela, wherever the hell you are, I don't know how the hell you did it, but there she is. There was people running by in a brassiere, and other guy got a bottle of champagne. And this is true. Lori and I sat in the window and said, I'm not leaving, I don't care to play for it. I don't think like this. And that's true. Thank you, Angela, wherever you are. I don't know how the hell you did this, but that sure made my day. And Judy and all them other lady I can't pronounce her name, thank you for everything. Judy took us up the House of Commons, you know. I don't want to talk about that, never mind. She took me down this spiral staircase, thought the fat guy couldn't get down. Well, where are you, Judy? Where are you? Come on. Well, the fat guy got down. What did they say to you? Come on, we can make it back up, and we did it, didn't we? Thank you. But you should wear a skirt when I do that. Mr. Belanger, I read that new magazine that your reporter phoned me last night, done an interview at me at 10 after 11. No, I phoned her back. I got the voicemail this place got. But I'd like to tell you, I read that article in there about the new CTA magazine, and I agree with the training that you wrote in there. I know a truck driving school in Hamilton that drives around with a tandem tractor and a pup trailer, empty. And that man takes all these people around, they pay $2,000 or $3,000 to learn this, and they go up to the license bureau and they pass their test, and now they're qualified truck driver with a 53-foot trailer or a 5 or 6 axle trailer going down the road, and they don't even know what the hell it's all about. I read that little article you put in that new magazine, and Mr. President, you keep it that way. You make people learn this. You push the government, whatever the hell you can do, do it. You got the place, you know the people to do it. I'm just a truck driver, but I don't want to see that guy coming around with a pup trailer and then he drives a 6-axle, 100,000-pound trailer meeting me and passes his test. That's not the way it is. Do what you're doing. I read your article, I love it, but I have one problem with that article. It said, you said banish the image of driver uneducated and crude and solvently. Now, I'm not educated, I'm crude, but I don't know what the hell solvently means. Well, Mr. President, I hope you do. Mr. President, I asked everybody this afternoon what the hell that word is, and I haven't had one person explain it to me. So I guess you're the only one that does. So, Mr. President, thank you very much. I'm a big mouth, but I sure am proud to be a truck driver. I'm proud of the honor that all you guys or judges bestowed upon me. My wife and my family and I, hell, I can't believe what's happened to me. Thanks, guys.
Speaker for their next 2:30. It's just about now. Please remember to bring your tickets. Take part in the market. I guess this is for the ladies. Those taking part in the market walkabout are asked to meet Judy and Natalka at the hotel lobby. Thank you. Have a nice afternoon.
maybe two.
One across the street. Yeah.
Excitement, I'm sure.